Thank you, sir. I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to update the House further on some of the important work the Marshall Liberal Government is undertaking in supporting achievement by Aboriginal students in our education system through a range of activities, and I've done this on several times, but through our Aboriginal education strategy, an ambitious 10-year strategy with a very heavy work plan in 3-year increments. And indeed, one of the pieces of work we're undertaking has been the introduction of the Clontarf Foundation into the South Australian education system. For many years across Australia, the Clontarf Foundation has worked with education systems and schools to encourage Aboriginal boys to turn up to school, to participate in the school life. It's used sport, particularly Australian rules football, and in some states rugby as well, as an entry point indeed. But it's great outcomes in employment for Aboriginal learners, and indeed attendance before that. Attendance and then employment have been remarkable. For many years, the former government expressed no interest in engaging with Clontarf. I was really pleased soon upon coming to government when the Premier and I were able to join with the Clontarf Foundation at a lunch hosted by Ish Davies from The Advertiser, indeed, and indeed their organisation. That the member for Hurtle Vale came along and indicated that the opposition would be supportive of that. I was very pleased with that, and indeed for the entire time that we've been in government, we've been seeking to roll out this program, and I welcome the recent conversion from the Labor Party to also support this program. The Clontarf Foundation is a charitable not-for-profit organisation. It operates mentoring and behaviour change programs to attract and retain disengaged, at-risk Aboriginal young people to school while promoting more disciplined, purposeful and healthy lifestyles. In 2019, we entered into a 3-year agreement through the Department for Education for a pilot program with Clontarf, and as part of that pilot program, Clontarf agreed to establish 4 academies at 6 of our Department for Education sites. And it's an investment of over 3 years of $2.8 million by the state government. Significant philanthropic contributions match that, and the federal government also matches that. This is an investment in these young people and getting their attendance at school, getting their engagement at school, and getting their outcomes to be positive and employment focused. I'm really pleased to announce that following a scoping exercise undertaken by Clontarf and my department, 3 additional schools have now been identified as suitable for inclusion in the pilot program from this year. These are Salisbury High School, Paralawi R-12 School, which is scheduled to commence in Term 2 within a couple of months, and in the second half of this year, Coobapedy Area School will commence their program in Term 3. And I can tell you, sir, Morris Sarr, the principal at Coobapedy Area School, has told me how excited he is and the school community is at this news, and I'm looking forward to catching up with him later this week when he's down in Adelaide for Leaders' Day on Thursday to talk more about it and the great work they're doing. There have been some great outcomes already in improved attendance and greater interest in programs and pathways after completing school as a result of what's already been done by Clontarf in our schools. The program's activities have strengthened the connections between the students, families, the community, school and teachers, and that's illustrated, for example, by recent events in Whyalla, where Clontarf was able to play an integral role in supporting the students and the community in the face of a deeply saddening incident. Clontarf have been able to provide support to the students and families after hours, bridging the gap between home and school. Also, pride and connection with local community has been seen, for example, at Ocean View Academy at Ocean View College. Students at the Ocean View Clontarf Academy have assisted in rejuvenating the North Haven Dunes through partnering with the Port Adelaide Enfield Council and the Friends of the Taparoo Dunes. Their work on beautifying and rejuvenating the dunes will benefit the wildlife and the local community now and into the future. The partnerships with the council support students to visualise post-school pathways, such as careers in horticulture or town planning. In partnership with the school-based programs, the Aboriginal Education Directorate, SASTA, Workabout and their private partners, Clontarf have also endeavoured to support Goal 3 of my department's Aboriginal Education Strategy, to have Aboriginal young people on pathways to success. Indeed, I've spoken to all of the academies at various times about employment pathways. Just recently I heard at Port Lincoln about how Clontarf and their business partners have helped connected some Aboriginal young learners to some outstanding employment outcomes. And indeed, Clontarf itself I'm really pleased, has employed a number of their graduates. The program currently employs 7 local Aboriginal males and is looking to expand that number as they expand in 2021 and beyond as a result of Clontarf graduates. So I'm looking forward to the finalisation of that pilot program. I thank everybody involved in that body of work, and I congratulate all of the young people who are attending school more and are really excited about their own futures and taking ownership of their own futures with our help and the help of Clontarf.
Order. The